Welcome back, time to newcomers like to Phoenix Wright. It's Tyranee. This episode we're continuing the trial, so let's do so by cross-examining the lunch lady. See, suspect, blah blah blah, went to go beside a partition, arrested her on the spot. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Why were you confused? It doesn't sound very confusing. So, you never saw this muffler? Witness? As the photograph proves, she couldn't have seen it. That's true. Miss Starr is acting strangely. First she mistakes a scarf for splattered blood, and now she said she didn't see any scarf. She doesn't strike me as the kind of witness to make us careless mistakes either. I'm sure she saw something red, but what? Chief Prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Starr, resistance is futile. If you say so. Object to your futileness. She made to escape. Can you be more specific? She brushed aside my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight to see, like a dollop of lard on a plate of foie gras. Huh? Goose liver, you idiot. She even kicked over an oil drum at me. Oil drum? There was an oil drum lying on its side at the scene of the crime. But it's strange. Huh? What's that? If she wanted to escape, why didn't she run the other way? The other... Ah! The car entrance! That's right! It doesn't make any sense that she would run from behind the partition to the oil drums. Excellent! More mysteries! Wish we could solve a few before finding more, though. So, Miss Guy tried to run? I'm sorry my sister is so suspicious, Mr. Wright. Not as sorry as I am. But she didn't do it! You have to believe me! I guess not. Suspect attempted to run behind a partition. What would the problem with that be, if anything, is what I'm wondering. What about this? No? Maybe this is one of those where we have to press everything. It does seem pretty hard. Okay. It's obviously not anything to do with this one, I don't think, so let's see here. You caught her, explained her rights, and arrested her. You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Huh, maybe I should press her for more details? Please do. No, don't leave her alone. Dang it, go back. Very well, you may continue with your testimony. Yes, we have to go back. Because I'm pretty sure that has something to do with something. So, press more. I'm impressed. Alright, I'd like to see this one on the floor plans, just to be safe. The lunchland car was... She was a visitor, thus she was parked in B block. So you witnessed the murder from here? That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Starr? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Amazing! The cough-up queen, lunch lady athlete indeed. The beard is super impressed. It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence, so she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. That's true. Yeah, the fence was about 9 feet high, too. How come this guy didn't get away? Huh, better ask her about that. When I arrested her, she mentioned the murder. Mentioned the muffler. Ah, so I think that's a clue to what I'm supposed to present here. So let's present the crime photo. Okay, the floor plans then, if not the crime photo. No? Well, there's got to be something wrong with this statement. Then what is it? Victim's note. Don't know what that is yet. Autopsy report. Crap, I seriously have no idea here. Nothing on the cell phone? So it had me confused. Dang, this is a hard one. I'm wasting time again. Bull crap. This is wrong, but how do I prove it? Okay, so I think it's gotta be the crime photo somewhere. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. No? What about this? I'm just gonna keep guessing because I have no idea at this point. Wait, that was it? Oh no, it wasn't. God dang it. Did we press this one yet? Maybe we have to press everything. Nope, we pressed that already. Press her. Yes, we know that already. We pressed that already. Okay, maybe that's the one we're supposed to press then. Quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. You wouldn't have quickly caught her, so what is it, the floor plans? How is it not the floor plans? We just said it was. Okay, then what is it? No. 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 God dang it. Just object to everything. I don't know. It's none of those, obviously. Obviously, it's not this statement we have to press. We did press this already, right? She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say? If I remembered exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky! Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Just that one word? So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else? Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone? You mean the cell phone? Whoops, no! Don't leave it be! Freaking crap. I keep pressing that by accident. If I press this too hard, who knows who the snake will bite? The witness may continue with her testimony. Okay, well, obviously we want to press that. So, let's do that. Press further, god dang it. God, this case is hard. Gotta be kidding me here. Okay, yes, ask further. By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately? My memory. It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see. No, the court doesn't see, Miss Starr, and you're making the bear hungry again. The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall? That's right! Near the car. There was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently, it was out of order. And so she used her cell phone? Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? Okay, we were supposed to press everything. Figures. You should, of course, add this to your testimony. The things I do to please the rookie defense attorney. Cell phone updated in court record. What do we got here? She gave up trying to use the phone on the wall and just used her cell phone. Bull crap, because she dropped her cell phone. Right? No? Okay. Maybe we have to press this again, but let's see. If it's not that one, maybe it's this, because we don't see her using it in this photo. No? Well, do we have to press again? What is it? There we go. Finally! God, that was one of the most confusing ones ever. I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky. The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You, who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? Humph, I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up! Not anorexic, I don't do that. Ahem, let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. Oh, that's what we were getting at, alright. I believe you see what I'm getting at. The emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. Ow! How are we supposed to know that? It was right in front of our faces. If indeed you were in B-block, you couldn't have seen it! Wah! More food on the floor! Nom nom! The bear is still hungry. The bear's almost full though. Burp bark. Order! What is the meaning of this? Shut up, Beard. Stop burping. It's rude. It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch, she's coughing up lies! Yeah! That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court. Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about the order of events. She lied about the order of events. Miss Sky used that emergency phone before the murder. I see. I hadn't thought of that. Oh, that was stupid. That took the wind out of her sails. Mr. Wright, I hate to bother you while you're celebrating your victory, but why would anyone use the emergency phone before the murder? Huh? Just when you think he can't sink any lower, he amazes us. I applaud you, Mr. Wright. You ordered the orange be a lunchbox, right? Guess that teaches me to not get excited before the evidence. Ouch. Okay, what she saw then. She lied about what she saw. In other words, she didn't see Miss Sky using that emergency phone. Does seem hard to imagine how she could have. Very logical. Still wrong? What's the matter, Star? Cat got your lunchbox. Mr. Wright, I hate to bother you while you're celebrating your victory, but why would Miss Star lie like that? Huh? Well, just say that my sister had tried to use the phone but failed. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, fine. It's where she saw it. God, I'm doing terribly today. She tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. It would be pointless for her to lie about it. Pointless to lie, I see. The witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. In other words, Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location. A different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. What? It doesn't make any sense. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard till now points in one direction. And not that gay band either. The place where Miss Star witnessed the crime was here. It had to have been here, right? Behind the partition. If she was here, she could see the emergency phone. That's true! That solves the mystery. Oh, crap. That would allow her to see the emergency phone, yes, but if she was there, she would have been able to arrest her well before she dialed her cell phone. Oh, that's true. Okay, so if she did that, then she witnessed the crime from here, in front of where the thing was killed. I mean, it's highly likely that's where she was. Okay, not in front of that? You think? It's highly likely. Your cavalier attitude stands in stark contrast to your feeble argument. Well, crap. What about the security room? That's one place we haven't tried. This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room? Indeed, the security room is in the underground parking lot and was well positioned. But it's built on the second level, so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime in the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Oh, yeah. Well, Miss Starr, how many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today, a man has got the better of Angel Star. And I'm in love. Make love to me on this desk, Phoenix Wright. Order, witness! Stop seducing the prosecutor. Stop seducing the defending guy. What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better than to be a slut in this courtroom. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished, and I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty? Is she talking about Miss Sky? Mr. Wright, doesn't it strike you as odd? Why did Miss Star lie? It doesn't make sense. Huh? She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. The truth still stands. But Freaker, it still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. I totally read that in the wrong voice. The beard was lip-syncing badly. Huh? Me? Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. It must make a vital difference, but what? What would change? Difference in lighting, though. Distance to the crime. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see. What she saw is not in the question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? Well, witness, you, yes. You ordered the squid wheels, right? The quality of my lunch has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend? What about the beard friend? He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. Oh look, a shortcut. That's why I had to go through the visitors parking in B block. That's quite a detour. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes? The beard thinks that's a long time for whatever reason. This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention. I use it to pick my beard every day. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely! Om nom nom. Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Do I have any evidence to stop this? Freak injection, and I just saved in like 3 different slots. 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it, you could make a pasta in that amount of time. If you like al dente. Got lunchboxes that the pasta into knots, rookie. A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange? If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! The beard is onto something. Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anybody. That was the beard. It's all the beard's fault. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run, but this time it was different. Really? I tried to save it, and then what happened? Never mind. Miss Guy dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Yeah! More food on the floor! Om nom nom! Yay, caviar! Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. She has a grudge against the defendant, and there's a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth is the next witness ready to go. Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated the witness on account of her professional history. We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. Who are we screwing? That was too close. Oh, the beard is famished. I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. Now the beard is going to go cough up. And with that, court is adjourned. What? Now what? Oh, good God. Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? That's the ones you tried to foist off on me. I prefer to not take the defense's team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr. Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Woohoo! A triple-decker! Nom nom nom. Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Yay! The beard is famished. No more. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Oh, the beard is so full. What's she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time? Ha, that could be an innuendo. Excuse me, Mr. Wright? Decisive evidence. Should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other was the defendant's, Miss Lana Skye's blood. The shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. Well, maybe it's ketchup. Ketchup for my double jumbo lunch. Om nom nom. What? There was blood found on that shoe? Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. Oh, don't mind if I do. Om nom nom nom. Somebody get me a napkin. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as an evidence, and she is quite a slut, I must say. What? You should know the 2 rules of evidence law, Miss Starr. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Fail, fail, fail in protocol. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? I'd say so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Wright? That seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. You could at least study some evidence law, really? The prosecution's complaint notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law, and this lunch certainly satisfies the bared stomach. Well, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. Victim's shoe added to the court record. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Decisive evidence. Alright, let's see here. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood. One was, of course, the victim's. The other was the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. Well, why is Lana Skye's blood on it? Did she get attacked? You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the victim with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood test, rookie? Huh? Well, speak up! Well, blood comes in 4 types, A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was performed in cold blood. Wah, wah, wah. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, if you combine all the various blood tests, there are millions of types. It's practically impossible to narrow a blood sample down to one person. Or so I hear. Millions of types? If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results, but they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone's but Miss Lana Skye's. So the suspect's blood was found in the victim's shoe. That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. I was afraid he was going to say that. Shoe proves that it's flawless, decisive evidence. Let's press that. So you brought it to the forensics department. If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. And she got away with her... Wow, I got a piece of tape on the bottom of my sock. Hold on. And she got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective. Of course she did. Alright. The shoe does appear to have blood stains. Makes sense. After all, the man was stabbed here. And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman? As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe. Okay, matter of the victim's shoe. No? Okay, let's see here. Okay, the victim's shoes were black. Fail. Oh wait, no, that was the victim's shoe. Not Lana Skye's. Okay then. Does it say anything about a shoe on here? By any chance? Doesn't look like it. Victim shoe, victim shoe. Okay, let's press that. And you found this shoe at the scene of the crime? I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive. So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe. I was afraid someone would erase this chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe is my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen. I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really. In any case, you remove valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now tell us what you did next. Okay, mention these 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. Why did you lie about those 5 minutes? I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results. The results? How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing. Then why did you just tell the truth? Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known to the prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book. This when the suspect is admitting she did it? False testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Let's just get this over with. In fact, it is. Flawless decisive evidence. How do you know? I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Oh god, that's gross. Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. She's in enough hot water to make a whole batch of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe? A problem? This is critical. What's wrong with the victim's shoe? There is a problem, for some reason. If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there is one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'll give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with the evidence. Well, there's blood on the bottom, of course. Owned. I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of the shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie, or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of his shoe? Well, there was blood on the knife, right? I'm guessing your shoe has blood on it too. You just shot yourself in the foot. Okay, it's not that. So what's contradictory about the blood on the bottom of the shoe? Let's see here. There should be blood on his ID too then, right? No, okay, fine. What about just the shoe then? Okay, what about this? There we go. Okay. The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Not that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Oh yeah, duh. Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. This contradicts your claim about this shoe. The picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. If there were bloody footprints, why would they would have been found? We checked the scene and we found nothing of the sort. Order, order, order. Well, witness, what, huh? Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is contradiction, but then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint. Oh, that's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright, think. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? Edgeworth found it, obviously. I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There's one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly a predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rah! I thought that was a strange thing for a normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that. I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Witness, well? Was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What does that mean? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason she cocked it over? The real reason? Aha! You don't mean? Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. What? That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoe tie her quite clearly to the murder. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, Miss Sky's right hand was hurt. She didn't say she'd cut herself when she stabbed him. So my sister's blood on the shoe, that's when it happened. Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please! What? What can I do? Your sister's confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it. But... enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well. But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water. The court finds the defendant, Miss Sky. Yes. Now what? Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. Looks kind of nice, actually. Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else. You've reached your verdict, Your Honor. Any further comments will be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare the cop-up queen. Look at this. Oh God, really? A photograph? I had this just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no room for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright, wait, look at the asphalt in the photo. Hey, it's clearly wet. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the Hines court, immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, I guess I couldn't help after all. It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the very beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Mia, but we'll have to continue this next episode. Rate, comment, subscribe, favorite. See you guys next time.